Yeah.
Of ERA Franchise Systems, Charlie Young.
On behalf of, let's see, almost 30,000 sales associates in 46 countries around the world, congratulations to all of you. You are the top dogs. Now, I had a completely prepared statement for this morning that was to take 5 to 7 minutes. But I'm humbled and taken a little bit aback by what I've experienced this morning, so I'm going to start talking about that. And that might send me off my time. So don't.
You go ahead.
If I hear the music going, I'm just going to keep going. Okay. It really is remarkable for someone like me from outside of your great city to be able to come into town and instantly be plugged in to what I've experienced over the last 24 hours. And the community support and the participation by everybody here to come out and celebrate the Gene Francis Memorial Award is really a wonderful thing. And you, if you've heard me speak before, you've seen me on video on Team ERA, or if you've been to the business conference, you've heard me talk about the importance of community and the smarter community that we're looking to build at ERA. And what I've come to realize is there's a reason why you're the top company in all of ERA, and that is because you live that every single day in what you're doing here, and it is so much just a part of who you are, and it's wonderful to see it alive and happening in real time, in real life, and it's a great thing to be a part of and to see. So thank you all for that. Thank you for all the support that the partners have provided to our company here. All of you, everybody in the community. It is wonderful to see everybody turn out and participate in the way that you have. And I feel connected in many ways. It's a wonderful play, by the way, Arthur Miller. If you haven't seen it, you need to come and participate with this theater and be a part of this. And hockey is the greatest sport that was ever invented. And this will be proven out again on Thursday night when the Philadelphia Flyers beat the Carolina Hurricanes. We got a fan in the back. We'd like to see it. Absolutely. I'm only sorry that I wasn't here. I'm not going to be here on Thursday to go up and watch that. Usually when I go visit a company, they bring me to see a Flyers game. Usually in Canada. So I made a couple of notes I want to make sure now that I get back on script that I don't forget them. The Gene Francis Memorial Award, that's what we're here to celebrate. That is the highest honor that we have within the ERA system. And I thought that we should just take a moment, and my role probably would be best to put it in context for you so that you all understand what it is that you're actually being honored with. Gene Francis Memorial Award was named to honor Gene Francis. Gene Francis was a co-founder, along with Jim Jackson, of the ERA brand back in 1973, 71. I always get them mixed up. It's 38 years, so you do the math. And the Gene Francis Memorial Award is given every year to the company that best exhibits the traits that they felt to be important. And they started ERA based on a very simple premise, that if you constantly innovated and kept yourself one step ahead of the needs of the marketplace, and if you worked together and collaborated with one another within a company and across companies and ultimately across the country and across the globe, that you could learn from each other, help each other, and together you would be better off as one than you would be by yourself. And that was the core seed that started the ERA brand, this concept of team is better than not team. And community and participating in the community is better than not. And constantly pushing yourself to innovate and think about what's next and how do we need to serve those needs. So that was 38 years ago, and now, fast forward, we're here in 2010, almost 2011, and a lot of that is still alive today. And if you think about us as a personality, those pioneering spirits are still alive, but we're also a very dynamic group. We're a very bold group of people, and we're a very smart group of people. And I hope that that resonates with you, because when I sit here and I listen to every one of the speakers who came up time after time again, I feel that personality coming alive. It is who your company is. It's who each and every one of you are. Now, when you think, people ask me this question all the time, what are the traits of a good ERA company? What makes a good ERA company? And this is where I needed my notes, because I want to make sure I get them exactly right, because I've given this a lot of thought. We talked about innovation. Constantly innovating. Thinking globally, acting locally. You've all heard that kind of cliche before, right? Well, it's important to have a sense of what's going on in the outside world, but it's also important to bring that knowledge to bear locally and to be the local expert in the marketplace. Bring true value every single day. Meet the needs of your customers. Participate in your community and be best in class. That's important to me. I don't think that, why should I get up and go to work every day if I'm not going to do it better than anybody else and better than I thought I even could do it? So when you think about all those traits, it brings us right back here to ERA Strother and all of you, because you really do exhibit those traits every single day. Constantly innovating, the work that you do across the board in this company, but things that stand out, the work with USAA and Movers Advantage and supporting the military families here in this marketplace and the way you do it innovatively. Thinking globally and acting locally. We could draw so many different examples of that, and I know each of you do that on a daily basis. A couple of things that stood out to me. Number one is the commitment that you all made to the International Business Conference last year. You had more people at that ERA conference than any other company in our whole system. Learning about what was going on in the outside world and then bringing it back and applying it to your local expertise. But, it's more than that, and I'll tie this into participating in the community as well. What we heard here is that to be successful in this business, you have to be connected. You have to know what's happening in your marketplace. And so while all of these relationships with all of the people that got up here and stood, they all have a business component to it. But it's more than that. It is about being a part of what's happening. And that's the only way that you really can achieve success in this business. Best in class. Well, I need notes on the other side of the paper here to make sure I get these all right. I'll hear from Denise if I don't. You're number one, is this true? Number one in the Fayetteville MLS, the greater marketplace. Yep. Average sales price, 20% higher than your competitors.
Woo!
You are the number 6 company in all of ERA in terms of ABC. You're a Jerry Award winner, so that means you've raised over $10,000 in the past year for MBA. Mr. Larry Strother is the number 1 selling broker in our system. My notes tell me that there are 14 of you that have achieved Beyond Excellence or Leadership Circle. I think there were more than 14 that crossed the stage, so I'm sure you're right and not I. And 3 times you've been nominated for the Gene Francis Memorial Award, and this year you were the proud winners of that. Oh, one thing I forgot. This concept of participating in the community and thinking globally, acting locally, all these points I've tried to make, it's about participating in the ERA community as well. There was a slide of Denise leading a breakout session. It was probably at IBC, but it could have been President's Circle, it could have been ERA implementation. If you don't know it, Denise and Larry are among the absolute most respected people in all of ERA, across 46 countries, across owners of businesses throughout this entire country. One name will be one that is always uttered, always heard, and everyone knows who it is, and it is Denise and Larry. to us, if not more, than we get from you. So that's always a good deal. So with this, I have the proud honor, finally, and listen, I was in the hospital. Okay, and hold on. Two interesting little side points. I said I'd go over my time here. I went to Newark Airport yesterday, after knowing that I had screwed everything up last time. And as I drive into the airport, it starts to sleet. And it starts to rain, and then it turns to snow. So I quickly determined that it would take me about 8 hours to drive here, and that I was going to drive because I was not going to miss this. But luckily my plane took off on time. Now, before my plane took off, however, as I was just passed through security, well, I was in security and I was in the line, some paramedics showed up with an empty gurney. And they came right behind me, and I stepped out of the way, and they said, no, that's fine, you can just go right through, and we'll just walk behind you. And I was like, did you send these people here to make sure that they followed me all the way down to the gate? I was going to tell you guys that story. That is true. And then they ended up going, somebody stubbed their toe, and they ended up helping them. All right, so it is my great honor, and I think you guys should come up here. I mean, we get all the, come on out. Come on, we'll do this officially, even though it's a little late. But this is all for all of the agents, everybody who's worked so hard. You are the #1 company in our system, so congratulations.
All right.
Thank you, Charlie. I'm not much on words. Come on. Some of you don't even know me. Well, Charlie, thank you so much. I mean, we're, for those of you that are associated with ERA Strother Real Estate, you know that we believe that ERA is the best franchise in the world. And for those that not with our company, we want you to know that we believe it's the best franchise. Denise and I made conscious decisions that that's the direction that we were going to go with the rest of our real estate career, and we made a commitment to ERA. Well, I believe that the only way, if you're going to be committed to something, you've got to be committed all the way. You got to be all in. You can't be part of the way in, no matter whether you're talking about life issues or business or whatever you're doing. You've got to be there to do the very best you can do all the time. And although it's difficult sometimes in any kind of business, sometimes it's tough to get up every day and make yourself go. Some days you just want to not deal with all the stuff that you have to deal with every day, whether you're dealing with the theater, you're dealing with business, you're dealing with whatever it is. But the truth of the matter is we still do it. You still do it. You get up every day and you go. And because you go, you succeed. I think that they say that half of doing anything is just showing up, get there. And when we actually, Denise and I received this award, and some of you were there, and we wished you all could have been there. When we received the award in Nashville, one of the things that I said was that it's all the associations that we've had with everybody in the ERA system that has made us a better company. The ERA is one of the companies, I've been in numerous brands, but it's the only brand that I've been involved in that there is always sharing. People are not trying to hoard all of their ideas. They're not trying to make sure that you don't get what they've got. They're out there and they're sharing, and as a result of sharing, everybody does better. And Charlie alluded to this. I think that within and this happens within our company, that Denise and I could not be standing here on this stage and be standing in front of any sales meeting any week were it not for all of the people associated with our company. And we would not be able to provide for you some of the things that we try to provide for you were it not for associations that she and I have had nationally with companies all across the country because they've made us better. We've made some of them better. We work now, and we're as much mentors for some of them as they are for us. In life, that's what you need. Everybody needs mentors. It doesn't make any difference what you're doing. I mean, if you've got a good mentor, you will come nearer accomplishing what you want to accomplish and succeeding. And always make sure that your mentor is where you want to be in life. Make sure that if it's talking about production, that they've got the production that you would like to get to. You can't ask somebody how to get somewhere that's never been or that's not there. So whatever you're doing in life, you need to make sure that you're getting a mentor that can really help you succeed and help you progress in your life. And we've been very blessed. We've been blessed. The good Lord's blessed Denise and I. A little emotional, but and it's blessed us with you people. Because, I mean, we every day, you know, Denise and I thank the good Lord for you guys and gals, and business associates and community partners. Because, you know, we're only passing through this life, and it passes very quickly. You know, and it doesn't make any difference how much money we make. I mean, it's nice to have things, but it's nicer to when they lay me down, I hope somebody would at least say, you know, Larry tried to do everything as ethically and as morally and as right as he could. You know, not that Larry was able to make a lot of money. I mean, sure, I love to play toys as good as anybody. But I'm going to tell you, the thrill of the chase, the thrill of success, just like in sports, I mean, the winning. I mean, you watch these professional athletes that's making millions of dollars. And surely they want that money. But you know what? They'd be playing if they weren't making any money. Because they get just as excited because it's about the sport. It's about the game. It's about what we do as a career. And we're so blessed to have all of you people as a part of our team. And those of you that are not associated with us, we consider you a part of our team. And we want you to know that whatever we can do to help this community, that we can do, that we're going to try to do that. And you help us sometimes a lot more than we're able to help you, just because of what we see and feel when we start talking about the NBA, and we start talking about all the food drives and all these things that goes on in our communities. You worked hard for us to get this award. It is an honor, and a lot of you that go to the IBCs have met some of the companies, the previous winners of this award, and to be recognized, you know, as the Gene Francis Memorial Award winner is probably at this point in time the biggest highlight of our career as far as accomplishments that we've made. It's not about Larry being number one. It's not about any of that kind of stuff. It's about, that's a true indication that we share and that we are willing to work with our fellow brokers, our fellow business partners, our fellow community. And I'm glad Charlie was here to have the opportunity to visit and see some of what's going on here. I appreciate all the people that had something positive to say about our company. And we want you to know that all of you are a part of who we are. And we just hope that we can give back 1/10 of what you give to us. And we really appreciate it. Thank you, Charlie, for coming down here. And thank you.
For your heart. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you to all our business partners for coming out. And a big thank you to my mom.
And let me say one more thing. I know, I'll let you go. Well, I was right chance. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the biggest reason that I'm standing here is because of this lady to my right.
Yeah,
She is the heart and soul.